Hello, chess family. We are going to learn about chess notations. And chess notations is just simply combining files and ranks. Okay, so now I'm just going to randomly put a pawn on the E file. Okay, you see my pawn? It's on the E file. Now, I'm going to put the same pawn on the second rank. See that? So I didn't even move the pawn. The pawn is on the second rank and the E file. So we will write this location down as E2 because this pawn is on the E file and second rank. So the chess notation for the location of this pawn is E2. Okay? All we do is look for the E file first, and then we stop when we get to the particular rank. So if I said put the pawn on E2, we would go to the E file first, and then we'll find the second rank and place the pawn as you see in our diagram. Okay, now this pawn is on the A file, correct? Also, it's on the fourth rank. So this pawn is on the A file and fourth rank. So what would be its chess notation? Yes, you guessed it. It'd be A4. The notation for this pawn will be A4. Okay? So now I must let you know this, that when you're writing down pawn locations, you don't need to name the pawn. You just write down its location. So this pawn is just A4. That's it. Okay. This pawn is on what file? Right. The D file. What rank? Right. The sixth rank. So its notation, its location is D6. So you write down D6. So if I say, where is this pawn? Your reply or your answer should be simply D6. See, it's getting a little easier, right? Okay, now when you deal with pieces other than a pawn, it gets a little trickier. Now this king is on the A file, correct? And it's also on the 8th rank. So now, if I say, well, where's this king? You'll say A8. But because it's not a pawn, we must acknowledge it by its name. So if I say, where is this king? You will have to say king A8, or a shorter version, K A8. Now, all pieces have names, so we have to capitalize its first letter, always. All files are always lowercase. So it doesn't matter if it's the A file, B file, C file, D file, E file, F file, G file, H file. When we write down their notation, they're always lowercase. So never forget that. And pieces, their initial or their letter is always uppercase. So the king is on A8. Now look at this king. This king is on the H file and it's on the first rank. So this king's location is what? King H1, or just simply KH1. A reminder, the king has a first name, it's king. So we have to capitalize its letter in his name. The first letter is name, and it's K. Capital K. Files are always lowercase. So capital K, lowercase H1. Files always come before numbers when you're writing down chess notation. So just remember that. That's a tip. Okay, now let's look at this knight. Now we know the correct way to spell knight is with a capital K. But because the king already has capital K, then we go to the knight's second letter in his name, which is N. So we capitalize that. So this will be a little confusing, but you'll get used to it. Trust me, my students make this mistake all the time. Okay, so this knight is on the A file. and the second rank. So where's this knight's location? Knight A2. So like I said, we can't use capital K because it's taken by the king. So we go to the next best letter in his name, and it's capital N. So this knight is on A2, so real simple, capital N A2. That's the chess notation. That's the location of this knight. Okay? Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Okay, now look at this rook. It's on the G file, and it's on the second rank. So we have to capitalize his first letter in his name, rook. So it's capital R, G2. So this rook's location is rook G2, or just simply R, G2. Capital R, G2. Look at this bishop. This bishop is on the F file and the 5th rank. And his name is Bishop. So we capitalize the first letter in his name. So we got capital B, F5. So if I say, where's this bishop's location? You'll say Bishop F5, or just simply capital B, F5. B, F5. Okay. We have the queen lastly. Now, where's the queen's location? First, we look at the file. This queen is on the E file. Secondly, we look at the rank. It's on the 8th rank. So this queen is on E8. So you have the answer. Queen, to spell queen, starts with a capital Q. So that's her name, Queen. So we do capital Q and its location. And the file is always lowercase. Please don't forget that. So it's Queen E8 or Q E8 when I ask for the queen's location. So, hope you got it. If not, go back and listen to the video over. And I hope you get it. It's very simple. Just please be tolerant. Or don't forget, you can always comment at the bottom of the video any questions.